Malaysia's plan to be on the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development (OECD) whitelist of tax havens by this year end is likely to be achieved, thanks to recent positive developments involving the proposed changes in Labuan laws. Chief Executive Officer of Labuan International Business and Financial Centre (IBFC), who have met with OECD officials earlier this year together with Bank Negara and other government representatives, said during the meeting, the Malaysian delegation had already shown OECD the new Labuan laws, which are expected to be gazetted by December of this year. OECD has predicted that with these developments, Malaysia will be on the whitelist by the end of 2009.
Well, I'm optimistic that when Parliament pass the laws, we'll do everything necessary to have been whitelisted. So then it's up to the OECD to do that. But in their representations to us, they've been extremely positive about Malaysia's approach to this.
Malaysia was in OECD's blacklist early this April but was later moved to the grey list after Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak assured that the country would abide by the internationally agreed tax norms.
And we showed them the steps we were taking to comply with the exchange of information standards, including the revision of some of Labuan's laws. The new package of laws goes through, has made some changes to the way in which information gets shared with other countries when they ask for it. And they read the laws and they've seen the changes we've made and they're very happy that once all those get passed in Parliament, we'll be whitelisted as a nation. So now we're waiting for the next session of Parliament to get in the queue, obviously, to pass the legislation, and then I think we should be okay.
Crawford was speaking to New Straits Times Online after a one-hour chat session with the public via NST Live. So what are the main changes in Labuan laws that have already been proposed?
Before now, the information has been made available to other countries, but it's been through a sort of a less direct way than they would like to see. So hitherto you would require a court order, for example, from a Malaysian court to obtain information about a particular account holder. And now we're saying if a government from another country that has a tax treaty with Malaysia wants information, they have a named individual, then we'll provide a very direct access to that information and share it, which just means there's less bureaucracy or less obstacles in that process.
But does being in OECD's whitelist would mean more international investors flocking to Labuan IBFC?
Well, I think right now people look at the world as saying who's on the whitelist and who's not. And they're a bit nervous about going with anyone that's not, purely because they don't want to have to change later. It's not that anything's going wrong in those jurisdictions. Malaysia, there's 40 countries in the grey list at the moment, of which Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia is on. So it's just that we would far rather be on the whitelist. And so we would hope that when that happens, the interest levels will continue to increase.